Welcome to Tackle Trading. This is Coach Gino with Easter Weekend Option Report. Let's jump into it. Let's look at our picks for the week. First off, I want everybody to notice, if you caught the market recap from Thursday, which was the last day of the trading week last week since we had Good Friday, the market pulled back, but we did finish with this interesting candle pattern called a hammer. You can notice that right here. Let me circle that for you on the charts. This means possible reversal, but it's not on a serious support. But if you look back over here, it's done this before, and over here, and again right here. This could possibly mean a rally back up. I'm hoping it comes back to the 20-day moving average. So it's a bullish market with a little bit of room to the downside still. Why do I think there might be a bounce? If you look at the Russell right here, if you look at the Russell, we're on support. And we're losing momentum on this channel going upwards. But again, we have a hammer formation right there on the 20-day moving average. Since everything is bullish and the sectors are bullish, I'm going to favor the Bulls team. Now, come Monday morning, a lot of countries worship or honor Easter, Good Friday or whatever it is on Monday. We do it on Friday. They're going to do it on Monday, believe it or not. They take that as their holiday. Except for China, they'll be open. So it'll be interesting to see which way the market goes. But we'll see what happens. I think China's going to be open, and we revised the GDP. I think we're going to rally up. We'll see what happens. But for the Bulls pick, the first one is CRM, Salesforce. I like long calls on this. It's a cheap enough stock to do long calls. If you look at the option report, you'll see where we put our triggers. I'm looking for, there's a nice pullback here. I'm looking for a trigger right about here to jump in. Again, you can find that on the option report page. Next bull candidate is CVS. I like how it found support on the 20-day moving average once again, just like the Russell 2000. We're in a nice channel, plenty of room to the upside. This one is going to be out of the money calls possibly, or in the money. You can even do a spread on this. You can see what I chose on the option report on tackletrading.com. And on the Bears team, Xilinx. If you look here, Xilinx not participating with the market rally. And I believe this will break down to the downside here. We have a lot of support here. Even if it comes to the bottom of this triangle, there's plenty of room to make money on with long puts or shorting. If this breaks, it could fill the gap down here. A nice short play on Xilinx. Again, not very many sectors are bearish at all. Basically pharmaceuticals. So look for a chart that's definitely underperforming the markets. And speaking of markets, International Exchange Group, ICE, definitely it's a market we're talking about is the ICE. Not only are they not outperforming the market, they're a market in themselves, and they're doing very poorly. This is a breakdown pattern right here. This could be a follow through to the downside. Good put play. My trigger is down here. This will be out of the money puts down here. You could do whatever spread strategy you want on here. Options are cheap. I like to buy when options are cheap. Next one, Tesla. Speaking of credit spreads, we have an iron condor on Tesla. This is our credit spread team here. I'm actually going to add to that. I'm going to do some bull put spreads down here in this area. I think we're at 175 on the short leg. We already have an iron condor going up at the 260 by I think the 170 level from last week. The puts are doing good. I'm going to add to that side until they prove me wrong. Also for credits, natural gas and at the money covered call about a month out is yielding about a 10% static return on a margin account and about a 5% on a cash account. So if you don't know about covered calls, there's plenty of links on there to show you how we do our covered calls, why we do them. Great cash flow product, cheap stocks. Again, another great covered call, static return, USO. We've been playing this one for quite a while. At the money covered call. Yields about 10% return on a margin account. For your more advanced traders, one of my favorite strategies here is a debicon. What is a debicon? Well, it's a condor, but we don't care if it goes up or down. Basically, we want it to just move. It's a condor, a debit condor. I'm getting into this at the 10-point spread on both sides for less than $4 total. It's a debit limit. Max reward is $6. That's 150% return. If you don't know about the Debicon, just type it in the search or look at our explanation videos on tackletrading.com. Well, there you guys have it. That brings another conclusion to the options report for Easter week. Have a good trading week ahead. Stay tuned for more and get in the game.